this is part 18 of Link Between Worlds, and in this part we're going to be conquering Hyrule's Castle and confronting Yuga a second time.
Hyrule's Castle. I've actually never heard it called Hyrule's. That sounded better, actually. Like, it's obviously called Hyrule Castle, but calling it Hyrule's Castle.
It belongs to Hyrule, not Yuga.
It just sounds like so much of a better castle, actually.
I love seeing the guards that look like paintings on the walls on that first level.
I love seeing the theme, and I know you're thinking you can't see a theme, but this theme is so good, I feel like I can actually even see the theme.
Now, this is one of those themes that
made no sense. That made no sense whatsoever. I thought it was okay, and then, like, the joke was in my head, and it just didn't work out.
Well, this is one of those themes, though, that is a great throwback to Link to the Past. And it stands great on its own.
It seems like they make it better in every Zelda game, too. Like, they just, manipulate it just a tad bit, but it's just awesome.
Now, this entire dungeon, you'll notice there are no puzzles whatsoever. It's straight combat all the way to the top.
Yeah, that's I like that it looks almost the same, too, as Link to the Past. You kind of got, like, the red carpet with the blue floors. But one thing I did like about this versus Link to the Past, and a little bit of it is because of technology, just all the steps. Leading up to, like, going higher.
You're going to see some great views of that a little later on, how they have them, like, overlap and things like that. It's really good.
Like, Link to the Past is like a door. You walk through a door and you go up steps, whereas here, we're actually seeing, like, us making our way up to the top.
You know what I see right here? Is this idiot trying to throw spears at you?
Dude, I was rolling when this guy was trying to kill me. Like, we're in a wall, and he's just sitting there throwing spears at us.
It's like, dude, I don't think that's going to work.
Has he not seen all these paintings all over Hyrule and not figured out that you can't kill them if they're inside a wall?
Oh, how embarrassing would it have been if he would have, like, stuck the spear in the wall and just killed you?
Well, that would have really been bad.
That would have been horrible.
That would have really stunk, actually.
Like, wow, that's the smartest guard ever.
But, like, I did think this Hyrule Castle was a little bit too easy. I mean,
it is.
A Link Between Worlds overall is kind of an easier game, but I wish, like, there was a lot of combat, but, like, this is, like, the last thing we do before making our way to Hyrule. I just wish there...
Make our way to Lorule.
Lorule, yeah. Well, maybe we'll go back outside and go back down to Hyrule.
We're outside right now.
No, Lorule, but, switching subjects, how about that view, though, when we get outside?
Oh, it's great. It actually reminds me a little bit, and we talked about this back during Tower of Hera.
Oh, yeah.
Like, anytime you get the view and you can, like, see the world below you.
We also talked about House of Gales.
It just looks fantastic. Now we get, like, 2 minutes of the speech here.
He should attack him right here.
I know.
If he's got his back to Link, he should go after him right now.
And I don't get it. He knows what Yuga's about to do. He's seen Yuga turn people into paintings before. Yeah. It's like, dude, just go stick your sword in his back right now.
Now, Yuga's got all, like, 6, is he,
all 7.
All 7, yeah, because Zelda's actually not sage, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's already got all 7. I guess he needs Zelda for... Just because she's the princess, I guess?
I think it's a combination of that, and he says Zelda. It's the most beautiful.
Okay.
Also, and he's been all about his beauty.
Uh-huh.
But it did kind of confuse me because, Zelda says, you've gotten all 7 of the sages, you want to revive Ganon. And for the longest time, I'm like, isn't Zelda a descendant of a sage as well? But I guess in this game,
like I said, I don't think she's actually a sage. Yeah, she's a descendant of the sages, but but aren't the others descendants of the sages though too?
Well, they were in Link to the Past.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm over here confusing myself right now. So
we're gonna stop talking and think about this.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was like, I'm lost now. You know what I love about Yuga? Like, he's got some very clever words that he uses. He does. Like, I mean, just like, you don't really get that in a Zelda game. Like, usually, like, the language is very simple, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, like, like, adults play it, but also kids. But I just love some of the words that he used in his dialogue.
What I love right now is this, like, evil, like, twisted, like, organ version of Zelda's lullaby.
And I didn't notice that until, like, right before, like, when we were reading through our notes before we did this part. Like, I had no clue that was actually Zelda's lullaby, and I just love it.
And it's just, like, a perfectly twisted version of it. You're like, oh my goodness.
Which is, I mean, the sounds of organs in any Zelda game just really adds to it.
It does, and the way they got, like, so much of the music in this game is, like, orchestral. It's like orchestras and, like except
just so shocking for a handheld game that you actually get that right there. Now,
man, it makes the music pop.
One thing I did hate about this game, and it was too realistic on, is like you cannot fight people on steps.
No,
like you could just not do it. Like you couldn't hit their legs, you couldn't hit them, you couldn't do anything against them.
Now, if you'd have had the upgraded fire rod, you could have destroyed those guys.
Well, can you upgrade it? I think. Well, actually, if you can purchase it, you can upgrade because we've already talk to Mother May.
And we've also rescued about 30 Maymays, it feels
I just
like.
don't upgrade any items till Lorule. So, but how about this right here? Like, we talked about the steps and the stairs leading up.
Yep.
But just being able to see, like, okay, first of all, right here, and then all the levels and stairs below us.
Oh, yeah.
Like, actually, that's one of my favorite. Nope, I take it back. This is one of my favorite images in the game right here.
That view down there, like the pathway and the fence with the river, is
Yeah.
exactly what it looks like when you're down there on the ground.
I just remember walking outside of here. I was just like, wow, like, every once in a while in Zelda, you get that moment that just makes you stop and just, just sit there and look. And that's what I did right there. I was like, man, like, just being such a fan of Link to the Past, and being able to see that from the top view was just amazing.
So no wonder Yuga escaped on you. You stopped to admire the view on the way out.
Yeah. I actually died on a time limit on this one.
Nope, Zelda's gone. You lose the game.
No, man, but I just had to stop. I was like, this is just awesome.
What I don't think is awesome is having to fight Yuga again. I mean, this is the second. We'll call it a dungeon.
Yeah, second time. This is definitely a dungeon.
Yeah, this is already the second time in the game that we've
It
had
didn't
to
take
fight
very long, but still.
True. But it's just, and this kind of goes back to Skyward Sword as well. Like, I wasn't a big fan of having to fight Girahim several times.
On that one.
So we get Yuga, twice already just in Hyrule. I mean, it seems like a little too much.
No, it's nice when you get the antagonists throughout the game.
Yeah.
Popping up here and there.
I agree
but
with that.
sometimes they can use them too much. I think they did that with Girahim. I think they also do it with Yuga. Like, you have to fight him twice because, see, in Link to the Past, our main antagonist was Ganon. But we faced, what's his name? Aghanim. We faced Aghanim 2 times before we even saw Ganon, so
I don't know. I just feel like
we kind of get that in this game too. It's like Yuga Ganon at the very end, but
And see, I will say that this was every bit as easy as the first Yuga fight I thought as well. The only difference is he adds like 2 clones. But it's easy enough to like tell once you find
I did not know this actually until you told me.
Yeah, like the one that's the real Yuga, his staff is lit up, whereas the other 2's aren't.
I did not know. What I did was I just found out which one was him, and then just kept my eye on the wall. That's what I did. But either way, you're not gonna have a hard time beating this guy.
No, if you do, then I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I don't like. What are the 2 like middle holes there? Like what are those?
It actually looks like they're pillars, maybe.
I would agree with you. Okay,
from this
I
top
can see
view,
that.
I can see where it looks like holes, but once you're out of the center, it actually looks like they're pillars.
People who didn't obey him. Just down those like holes right there.
This is Hyrule.
Yes, kicks him off. Yes.
I mean, I'd love to see that visual.
Oh, that would be awesome. But like we talked about that view earlier. Then I remember just walking out here like that view earlier was great, but just like the detail below, is exactly the area you're over, and just
it is.
There's a reason I didn't use my Pegasus boots right here because I just wanted to enjoy that little sight.
Well, down below you have like the cemetery, you had the sanctuary down there. I'm like, I wish I could see what the palace looks like or the castle rather. Looks like from the sanctuary because it looks like it has some awesome bridges and stuff.
So how that sweet office right there?
That was pretty nice.
I guess that's the kings maybe, or
it's either kings or Zelda.
Well, with Princess Zelda have an office, so she looks kind of young to have an office. Well, she is the princess, so she might have some work too. Yes, but just that would be a sweet office to have right there.
I like the wrecked version of it too here in Lorule, and I also love like this dark music and everything. But now that we're in Lorule, this wraps up part 18 of A Link Between Worlds.